Now read the problem. Example problem is 15. An inductive circuit in parallel with a resistive circuit of 20 ohms is connected across a 50 hertz supply. The inductive current is 4.3 amps and the resistive current is 2.7 amps. The total current is 5.8. What they are asking here in this question, first one is power factor of the combined circuit, and also next one is and also draw the phasor diagram. So they give an XL and R. XL means here L. They didn't give an XL. They given only resistance value. Inductive current is given 4.3 and resistive current is given 2.7 amps, and total resultant inductive and resistive current is 5.8. They given it is the given data. Now see here, I2 is equal to solution. I2 is equal to 2.7 amps in phase with the V, which is why I2 is in phase with V only the resistance is present in the branch 2. So the applied voltage and the current is in phase. So I2 is 2.7 amps is in phase with V, which is 54 volts. Both are in phase. Why? It is resistive circuit. Next, the triangle for current is drawn in the phasor diagram and given figure 14.2b. See here, this is the triangle phasor diagram. 2.7 is the current in resistive, 4.3 is the in inductive, and the resultant is current is 5.8. So pi 1 is equal to in generally what we can write is equal what we can write here, resultant current I square is equal to resultant current I square is equal to I1 square plus I2 square plus 2I1 I2 cos theta, 2I1 I2 cos theta. So that is the formula. So what is the cos theta here? Cos theta is equal to resultant current square minus I1 square minus I2 square divided by 2I1 I2. That is the formula. So note that formula. So theta is equal to, or pi is equal to resultant current square minus I1 square minus I2 square divided by 2I1 I2. That is the formula for cos theta. Now theta is equal to cos inverse of theta is cos inverse of cos inverse of resultant current square minus I1 square minus I2 square divided by 2I1 I2. So here by solving the triangle, pi 1 is 70.2 degrees. Solving the 70.2 degrees. Further, so here 5.8 sin pi is equal to 4.3 sin pi 1. That gives the pi is equal to 44.2 degrees. 44.2 degrees. Here, this is the pi value. Pi value. Here, this is the pi 1 is 70.2 degrees and pi is 44.2 degrees. This is the value for now. Here, see here, observe OA is equal to 2.7 in phase with V. AB that is equal to 4.3 lagging behind the voltage V by how much angle pi 1, and OB is equal to 5.8 lagging behind the V by pi. So that is OB is the resultant between OA and OB. This is the circuit. This is the circuit 54 volts supply voltage, Rx the current is I1, and in 20 ohm resistance the current is I2. Here we are determining the Z1 magnitude, that is equal to voltage divided by current. 54 by 4.3. 54 is the applied voltage, 4.3 is the current in branch 1, that is 12.56 ohms. R is Z1 cos pi 1, that is equal to 4.25 ohms. X is equal to Z1 psi pi 1, that is equal to 11.82 ohms. Since pi 1 is the lagging angle, now power absorbed by the inductive branch is, inductive branch means here I1 square R. What is R here? 4.25. I1 is 4.3. 4.3 square into 4.25, 78.6 watts. 78.6 watts. Now, what is the L value? In general, XL is equal to 2 pi FL. So, L is equal to XL by 2 pi F. 2 pi F. Here frequency is 50 hertz. Frequency is 50 hertz. So, substituting this, L is equal to 11.82 divided by 2 pi F, that means 314. 2 pi F value is 314. So 11.82 divided by 314 is equal to 37.64 mH. So power factor of the combined circuit, is equal to cos pi, that is equal to 0.717 lakh. So another method to check the power in the circuit. So here the power consumed by 20 ohms resistance is 2.7 square, that means I2 square into here R2. So 2.7 square into 20, which is the value is 145.8. The total power consumed in two branches, that is equal to 78.6 plus 145.8, that is equal to 224.4 watts. This figure must be obtained by input power, that is equal to Vi cos pi. So V is 54, I is 5.8, and cos pi is 44.2 degrees, that is equal to 224.5 watts. Hence checked. It is proved. So now in a particular circuit, another example 16, in a particular AC circuit, three impedances are connected in parallel. So Z1, Z2, Z3 are connected in parallel. Currents are shown in figure. This is the currents. So here I1, I2, this is the I1, I2 and I3 are drawn in the phasor diagram. They are drawn in the phasor diagram. So Vs is the reference. I1 is angle of 30 degrees lagging with respect to the voltage Vs. So I2 is leading by 45 degrees behind the voltage with respect to the Vs, and I3 also leading 90 degrees respect to the voltage is Vs. So here write the equation for the what they are asking from this show this figure, this phasor diagram. The first one is write the equations for the currents in terms of sinusoidal variations. That means instantaneous equation they are asking, and draw the waveform. So they want to draw the waveforms also. And next one is find the total current supplied by the source. How much is current is supplying to the load by the source. So how much current is supplied by the source? Here solution in figure 14.21 is taken as reference and is very convenient for phasor diagrams. So why? So if the three impedances are parallel, the voltage is taken as a reference. So why? The current I1, I2, I3 are different dividing, so they are different places, that means different angles. So V is the reference for parallel circuit in this problem. So, and is very convenient for phasor diagrams for parallel circuits. So I1, first one, I1 lags behind by 30 degrees. Branch 1 is must therefore have an RL circuit. That means it is lagging, means here the presence of RL circuit, the presence of RL elements, so it is lagging. So have an RL series combination. So with 10 volt source, a current of 3 amps in a branch 1 means that its impedance Z1 is given by Z1 is equal to 10 by 3, that is equal to 3.33 ohms. Now the phase angle of for I1 is 30 degrees lagging, so we could write the resistance of branch 1 R1 is equal to 3.33 cos 30 degrees, that is equal to 2.887 ohms. So now the inductive of the circuit for the branch 1 XL inductive reactance XL1 is equal to 3.33 sin 30 degrees. It's not 3.33 here. Okay. Here 3.33 into sin 30 degrees, which is 1.665 ohms. So in branch 1 we determined Z1, R1 and XL1. Go for branch 2. Here for branch 2, I2 is 2 amps and it leads the voltage by 45 degrees. So whenever the current is leads, that means therefore having a RC series combination circuit. So here now in the similar manner we have to find out the Z2, that is equal, so voltage by current, voltage is 10 volts and the branch 2 current is 2 amps, that is equal to 5 ohms. In the similar way R2 is equal to pi 2 is here they given 45 degrees, so R2 is equal to Z2 cos pi 2, that is equal to, so 5 into cos 45 degrees, that is equal to 3.533355 ohms. Now XC2 is equal to, why XC2? The capacitive reactance is exist in the circuit. Why it is leading? The current is leading in the branch 2. So XC2 is equal to 5 sin 45 degrees, that is equal to 3.5355 ohms. In branch 3, branch 3 third branch draws a current of 3 amps which leads the voltage by 90 degrees. Hence, it can only have a capacitive reactance. Why capacitive reactance? It is 90 degrees leading. So, only 90 degrees leading, that means only capacitive, pure, that means it is pure capacitive. There is no presence of resistance in the branch 3. So, we could find the Z3, that is XC3, that is equal to 10 by 3, that is 3.33 ohms. So here total current supplied by the source is, total current is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So go for phasor representation or vector representation. By adding of active components and reactive components, we'll get the total current also, or directly we calculate from this. I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3, that is, so now I1 is 3 into cos 30 minus j sin 30 plus I2 is 2 cos 45 plus j sin 45 plus I3 is 0 plus j1, that is equal to 4.0123 plus j 2.9142. Here the current is, resultant current is 4.0123 plus j 2.9142. So magnitude of current I is here 4.96 and the angle is 36 degrees. Here the angle is leading Vs by 36 degrees. That means here the resultant is only resistive and capacitive nature. expression for currents frequency is assumed to be 50 Hz. So here writing the instantaneous equations for source voltage and I1, I2, I3 currents and resultant current. So now Vs is so how we can write the instantaneous equation in general. Vs is Vm into sine omega t. So Vm is the maximum voltage, but here they given the RMS voltage. So how we get the maximum voltage? So maximum voltage is equal to root 2 into maximum volt root 2 into RMS voltage. So note down once again formula for the maximum voltage. The maximum voltage is equal to root 2 into RMS value of voltage, that is the maximum value. So here substitute this. Vs is equal to Vm sin omega t, that is nothing but Vs is equal to 10 into root 2 sin 314 t. So now the similar way I1 is equal to 3 into root 2 sine of omega t minus 30 degrees. Why minus 30 degrees? Here minus 30 degrees means the current is lagging, so it could be right in minus 30 degrees. So now I2 is equal to 2 root 2 sine omega t plus 45 degrees. Here plus 45 means the current is leading. So now I3 is 3 root 2 sine omega t plus 90 degrees. Here omega t is nothing but omega is 314 t. Omega t is 314 t is substituted. The resultant current is I of t is equal to, the resultant current is calculated, that is 4.96, and the pi is 36 degrees, that is leading by Vs by 36 degrees. So here the total current I of t is equal to 4.96 root 2 sine omega t plus 36 degrees. Here all instantaneous values written in the maximum value of terms, but we are already determined RMS value, so RMS into root 2 will give the maximum values. So here all are root 2 terms, that means these are the maximum values. The total power consumed, that is equal to voltage into active component of current, that is equal to 10 into 4.012, that is equal to 40.12 watts. So now another problem. Read this one problem. A resistor of, example problem 17, a resistor of 12 ohms and an inductance of 0.025 henries are connected in series across 50 Hz supply. What they are given here, resistor R value is 12 ohms and inductor is 0.025, that is connected in series across 50 Hz supply. They both are in series and connected across the 50 Hz supply. And the watt value of resistance and inductance when they connected in parallel will have the same resultant impedance and power factor. R and L are both are connected in series across the 50 Hz supply. They given. So they are asking what here, what values of resistance and inductance when connected in parallel will have the same resultant impedance and power factor. So RL is connected, this RL is connected in parallel. So which value for the same same impedance and power factor will give the. So see here, find the current. In each case the supply voltage is 230 volts. Voltage is same. So we have to determine the R and L in parallel conditions, which gives the same impedance and same power factor. That is the concept of this question. So solution: at 50 Hz, the series RL circuit has an impedance of ZS given. ZS is equal to R plus J omega L. R plus J omega L. Here R is 12 plus J, omega is 314. How it could find? So omega is equal to 2 pi FL. So 2 pi FL is nothing but here 314. So 314 plus, not plus, here 314 into 0.025, that is equal to 12 plus J 7.85. So this is in rectangular form. So it convert into polar form, will get 14.34 angle of 33.2 degrees. That is the impedance. Now the current is 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 voltage by impedance, which gives the current. So here Is is equal to voltage by divided by impedance. 230 plus J0 divided by 12 plus J 7.85, that is equal to 16.04 angle of minus 33.2 degrees. 13.42 minus J 8.8 amps is the current. Here observe this one circuit. 12 ohms 0.025 H and 230 volts, and this is a parallel circuit, or L into 30 volts, I2, IQ, IP. Here see here, Is supply voltage is 13.42 minus J 8.8 amps. So carefully observe this one. Carefully observe this one. So very important. Question is different here. What they are asking. So logic, apply the logic here. Out of these two components of Is, the in phase component is 13.42 amps. 13.42 amps. That means, very observe this one. The current, this in phase current is going to the resistance, this 13.42 amps. This in phase current, and that means 13.42 amps is going in through the resistance R. So very careful, observe this one. Amp and quadrature component lagging is 8.8. That means the inductor current is 8.8 amps. So very careful, observe. From this current, Is current, immediately, so we got the solution. So is current is divided into active component current and reactive component of current. So very carefully. So here from the circuit 4.22A and 4.22B, from these two circuit the source current and the supply current is same for the figure 1 and figure A and figure B. So here very careful observe this. This supply current is dividing 13.42 and 8.8. So we could write in this way. Now let the RL parallel combination be considered. So R carriers the in-phase component and L carries the quadrature component, that is lagging. For the two systems to be equivalent, these both are equivalent. Same current is flowing on circuit A and circuit B. Here see Is is equal to Ip, that means here Is means series, the figure A, the series current in figure A, that is equal to parallel current in figure B. Figure B means yes parallel circuit. Both are same. See here Is is equal to 13.42 amps. So that is the, what is that? That is the, so reactive component of current, and the IQ is 8.8 amps. So now what is that? The IR current in the circuit 2 is 13.2 and IQ is 8.8 amps. Now R is equal, how can we write? Supply voltage divided by I2. Here they have to write the Is is equal to not 13.42. Here I2 they didn't written I2. Here we have to write the I2. So here they given wrong Is, that is not Is. So it can be a I2. So I2 is equal 13.42, IQ is equal to 8.8 amps. Now R is equal to 230, and that means voltage divided by current. So which current? I2 current. So that is equal to 230 by 13.42, that gives 17.14 ohms. And here IQ is equal to IQ is equal to IQ already 8.8. So now XL is equal to voltage by IQ, that is 230 volts divided by 8.8, which is 26.14 ohms. Now L is equal to 26.14 by 314, that is equal to 8.32 millihenries. Very very important. They are asking, just they are asking quite different. So this is the problem for the, which gives the same impedance, also resultant impedance, also the same power factor. Same power factor. Now go for another problem. An impedance Z1 is equal to 8 minus J5 and the Z2 is equal to 3 plus J7 are connected in parallel. Voltage is 100 volts. Impressed on the parallel combination, find the branch I1, I2 and the resultant current. Draw the corresponding phasor diagram showing each current and the voltage drop across each parameter. Calculate the equivalent resistance and reactance and impedance of whole circuit. This is the question the given. So go for an admittance method or impedance method, whatever the knowledge. So now by admittance method we can determine the admittance is nothing but reciprocal of impedance, that is y1 is equal to 1 by z1, y2 is equal to 1 by z2. Here y1 is equal to 1 by z1, that is 1 by 8 minus j5, which is gives the 0.0899 plus j 0.0562 mhos or Siemens. Now y2 is equal to 1 by 3 plus j7, that is equal to 0.0517 minus j 0.121 Siemens, that is equal to y is equal to y1 plus y2. So 0.1416 minus j 0.065 Siemens. Now V is 100 plus j0. Now I1 is equal to Vy1, that is nothing but 100 into 0.0899 plus j 0.562, that is equal 8.99 plus j 5.62. Now I2 is equal to V into Y2, that is equal to 100 into 0.0517 minus j 0.121, that is equal to 5.17 minus j 12.1. Now I is equal to V into Y, that is equal to 100 into 0.416 minus j 0.056, that is equal to 14.16 minus j 6.5. Now G is equal to 0.1416 s, B is equal to minus 0.065 Siemens, that is inductive. Now the resultant Y is under root of g square plus b square, that is equal to 0.1416 whole square plus 0.065 whole square, that is equal to 0.1558 Siemens. Now equivalent series resistance R equivalent is equal to G by Y square, that is equal to 0.1416 divided by 0.1558 square, that is equal to 5.38. Next, equivalent inductive reactance X equivalent is equal to B by Y square, that is equal to 0.065 divided by 0.1558 square, that is equal to 2.68 ohms. Equivalent series impedance is Z is equal to 1 by Y equal to 1 by 0.1558 equal to 6.42 ohms. Go for in impedance method. I1 is equal to V by Z1, that is equal to 100 plus J0 divided by 8 minus J5, that is equal to 8.99 plus J 5.62. I2 is equal to V by Z2, that is equal to 100 into 100 by 3 plus J7 equal to 5.17 minus J 12.1. Now Z is equal to Z1 Z2 by Z1 plus Z2, that is equal to, which is giving the 5.848 plus J 2.664, that is equal to 6.426 angle of 24 degrees phi. So now I is equal 100 by I is equal 100 by, that means voltage by impedance, that is equal to 100 by 6.426 angle of 24.5 degrees, that is equal to 15.56 angle of minus 24.5 degrees, that is equal to 14.16 minus j 6.54. As seen from the expression for Z, equivalent series resistance is 5.848 and the inductive reactance is 2.664 ohms. So this is the problem in two methods, admittance and impedance. Both values are same in two methods. So